sorry, we got cut off just before. To finish off the previous example then, I was just saying there was no need here to find these terms, as we found this, and this is what they wanted in the answer. Okay, so let's move on to sort of bringing everything together really. So we've got to, first of all, express this as partial fractions. So that's chapter 1. So you're seeing now some of the overlap between things. So chapter 1 comes up with lots of other content usually. And then hence show that the cubic approximation, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so then we're going to do our binomial thing. So I'm going to cheat a little bit here, and I'm going to take my working out for part A, just because otherwise it'll make the video very long. So the idea is we can split this up into partial fractions. This is just a general sort of partial fraction question. You should be happy with this. If not, we need to go back and have a look at chapter 1. So this whole part here, this whole fraction can be written as this. And when it's written like this, what I will then do is I will turn it into sort of index form. So there we go. Bringing the bracket up, that means it's a -1 if it's in the denominator, -2, and then the other bit is going to be 2 minus x. A little bit different to the one from before because there's a negative taking away. So what we're going to do is work this thing out and then work this thing out and take some terms away. So first one here is already 1 plus, so it's a nice format. So you can put a 3, put the expansion in, multiply everything by 3. That's the left hand side. So 1 plus, and it's going to be nx, so x is x, n is -1 here, so nx is going to be minus x. Okay, how far do we have to go? Up to the 4th term, because it's cubic. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, again, I'm going to just cheat and I'm going to get the answer for this, because I'm more interested, really, in the other processes. So if I work out this, bracket and then I multiply these terms inside by 3, if I do all of that, okay, I will end up with this for my left hand. Make it a bit bigger. I'll end up with this for my left hand side. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to tackle what we've got here on the right hand side. So just a word of caution with this negative. I think I would sort of leave all of that there, put the negative there. Okay. We'll leave the 2 outside, but we're going to have to be careful with how this might combine with something else. So this one does not have a 1, it has a 2, so you need to take a 2 out, and that 2 will need to be applied, we'll have to have the power applied to it. Before it leaves 1 minus x over 2 with a -1 inside. You can clean this up a little bit. That's 2 times a half, so actually all of that will sort of cancel out. So it's not quite as bad as it looks. Sometimes it's a bit worse than that. And then over here we have our n is -1 again. Okay, our x is x over 2. And we're going to do the expansion on this bracket. So that would be what? It would be 1 plus nx. So that's going to be minus x over 2. That's going to be the second term. Okay, and so on and so on and so on. Yeah, I'm not going to go through that whole thing because really it's the same sort of thing as before, just using the rule. And can you see already where this answer is coming from? Can you see where the 2 is coming from? It's coming from a 3 minus a 1. Okay? 7 over 2x. So 3x, that's the same as 6 over 2. So it's the same as minus 6 over 2x. And then minus, okay, what's going on here? What's going on here exactly? Yes, this x should be minus x over 2. So that should be a positive x over 2. So minus 6 over 2 minus, so actually best way to think of this, minus 6 halves minus another half. It's going to take you to minus 7 halves and so on. So that's a slight variation because we're just sort of dealing with addition and subtraction this time. Okay, combining the expressions of partial fractions before. So this is quite a lengthy question. It'll take quite a while to do this one. We'll have a look in the next part at when it's valid, but we just really need to inspect for both.